Hello everyone, myself Yashvi Shah. In this video, I am going to give you some information regarding epidemiology of SARS. The topics which are going to be covered in this video are its introduction, symptoms, its transmission, the diagnosis, its epidemiology, global condition and condition in India, its treatment, how to control the outbreaks, its ecological care with the help of traditional measures, and the research data. So let's start. First, introduction. Full form of SARS is Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome. It is a viral respiratory disease caused by SARS associated coronavirus. It was first identified at the end of February 2003 during an outbreak that emerged in China and spread to 4 other countries. WHO coordinated the international investigation with the assistance of Global Outbreak Alert and Response Network and worldwide closely with health authorities in affected countries to provide epidemiological, clinical, and logistical support and to bring the outbreak under control. SARS it is an airborne virus and can spread through small droplets of saliva in a similar way to the cold and influenza. It was the first severe and readily transmissible new disease to emerge in the 21st century and showed a clear capacity to spread along the routes of international air travel. SARS can also spread indirectly via surfaces that have been touched by someone who is infected with the virus. Most patients identified with SARS were previously healthy individuals between age of 25 to 70 years. A few suspected cases of SARS have been reported among children under 15 years. The case fatality among persons with illness meeting the current WHO case definition for probable and suspected case of SARS is around 3%. SARS was relatively rare disease at the end of epidemic in June 2003. The incidence was 8,469 cases with a case fatality rate of 11%. No case of SARS-CoV-1 have been reported worldwide since 2004. In December 2019, another strain of SARS-CoV was identified as Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome Coronavirus 2, that is SARS-CoV-2. This new strain causes COVID-19 and a disease which brought about COVID-19 pandemic in India and the worldwide. So the introduction tells us the SARS, that is Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome, it is an airborne disease which was first identified in the February 2003 in China and other countries. It can spread indirectly via surface contact or can spread through small droplets. It has affected quite individual in 2003 and 2004. So this was the introduction. Now its symptoms. It mainly affects the respiratory tract and the incubation period is usually 2 to 7 days, but it may be as long as 10 days also. So here shows the symptoms which are fever, drowsiness, respiratory symptoms, diarrhea, abdominal pain, skin rashes, difficulty in feeding or vomiting, conjunctivitis, and headache. The first symptom of illness is generally fever, which is often high or sometimes associated with chills and rigors. It may be also accompanied by other symptoms including headache, malaise, and muscle pain. At the onset of illness, some cases have mild respiratory symptoms. Typically, rash and neurogenic or gastrointestinal findings are absent, although a few patients have reported diarrhea during the early febrile stage. Then, after 3 to 7 days, a lower respiratory phase begins with the onset of a dry, non-productive cough or dyspnea, that is shortness of breath, that may be accompanied by or progress to hypoxemia, that is low blood oxygen level. In 10 to 20% of cases, the respiratory illness is severe enough to require incubation and mechanical ventilation. Chest radiographs may be normal throughout the course of illness, though not for all patients. The white blood cell count is often decreased early in the disease and many people have low platelet counts at the peak of the disease. So the symptoms are fever, drowsiness, cough, dyspnea, hypoxia, etc. It mainly affects the respiratory tract. The symptoms can be mild and can be severe. So in severe form, that is in 10 to 20% cases, it requires ventilation and incubation, and other the mild one require ecological care, like it can be cured with the help of traditional measures or home isolation, etc. Now, how it is transmitted. The primary route of transmission for SARS-CoV-2 is contact of the mucous membrane with respiratory droplets or fomites. While diarrhea is common in people with SARS, the fecal-oral route does not appear to be a common mode of transmission. So here's the infected individual is shown and the other suspected individual, and the SARS is transmitted through droplets, aerosol, physical contact, or fecal-oral route. The virus is transmitted from human to human by droplets generated by coughing and sneezing and by direct inoculation. Contact with infected droplets on a surface can be source of infection. Fortunately, the virus loses its infectivity after exposure to several commonly used disinfectants such as Clorox, 75% ethanol, and fixatives such as formaldehyde and paraformaldehyde. Now its diagnosis. SARS-CoV-2 may be suspected in a patient who has any of the following symptoms, including fever, which can be higher, and a history of contact with someone with a diagnosis of SARS within 10 days or more than 10 days, travel to any other region identified by WHO as areas with recent local transmission of SARS. Then clinical criteria for SARS-CoV diagnosis is early illness equal to or more than 2 or following chills, rigors, myalgia, diarrhea, sore throat, mild to moderate illness, temperature greater than 38 degree Celsius, infection, cough, lower respiratory tract infections, dyspnea, severe illness, radiographic evidence, presence of ARDS, autopsy finding in late patients. Then, for a case to be considered probable, a chest X-ray must be indicated for atypical pneumonia or acute respiratory distress syndrome. The WHO has added the category of laboratory confirmed SARS, which means patients who would otherwise be considered probable and have tested positive for SARS based on one of the approved tests, ELISA, immunofluorescence, or PCR, but the chest X-ray findings do not show SARS-CoV infection. The appearance of SARS-CoV in chest rays is not always uniform but generally appears as an abnormality with patchy infiltrates. So here's shown X-ray of SARS patient. Initial stage, this is the initial stage and this is the fatal stage of X-ray of SARS patient. Now it's epidemiology. Healthcare workers, especially those involved in the procedures generating aerosols, accounted for 21% of all cases. Maximum virus exertion from the respiratory tract occurs on about day 10 of illness and then declines. The efficiency of transmission appears to be greatest following exposure to severely ill patient or those experiences rapid clinical deterioration, usually during the second week of illness. There was no evidence that patient transmit infection 10 days after fever has resolved. Children are rarely affected by SARS. To date, there have been rarely reported cases of transmission from children to adult and no reports of transmission from child to child. Furthermore, no evidence of SARS have been found in infants of mother who were infected in pregnancy. SARS was relatively rare disease at the end of epidemic in June 2003. The incidence was 8,422 cases with a case fatality rate of 11%. The CFR ranges from 0 to 50% depending on the age group of the patient. Patients under 24 were least likely to die, less than 1%, and those 65 and above most likely to die, over 55%. As with MERS and COVID-19, SARS resulted in significantly more deaths of male than female. International flights have been associated with transmission of SARS from symptomatic probable case to passenger or crew. WHO recommends exit screening and other measures to reduce opportunities for further international spread associated with air travel during the epidemic period. So here the table shows the probable cases of SARS by country or region in November 2002 to 31st July 2003. The country or region, the case, death and fatality rate is shown in the table. In China, the cases were 5,300 to 27, that's reported were 349, and fatality rate was 6.6%. Similarly, in the other countries like Hong Kong, Taiwan, Canada, Singapore, Vietnam, US, Philippines, Thailand, Germany, Mongolia, France, Australia, etc., cases, deaths, and fatality rate have shown here in the table. So this was the epidemiological aspect of SARS, which affected several countries but mainly China, and the case reported were around 8,000, and it transmitted no reports of transmission from child to child were reported. No reports have been found in infant to mother who are pregnant, etc. have been shown. Now, its condition globally and in India. Now, since 2004, there have not been found any known case of SARS reported anywhere in the world and in India. So, since long back, we have not found a single case of SARS-CoV-2. That is a good thing. But another epidemic has been emerged in 2019 of change variant of SARS, that is SARS-CoV-2, and has caused COVID-19 pandemic in India and the worldwide. Now, its treatment. Severe cases require intensive support, although a number of different agents including ribavirin 400-600 mg per day and 4 gram per day, lopinavir, ritonavir 400 mg per 100 mg, interferon type 1, intravenous immunoglobulin and systematic corticosteroids were used to treat SARS patients during 2003 epidemic. The treatment efficacy of these therapeutic agents remain inclusive and further research is needed. Administration of corticosteroid is recommended by British Thoracic Society Health Protection Agency in patients with severe disease and O2 saturation of less than 90%. People with SARS-CoV must be isolated, preferably in negative pressure room with complete barrier nursing precautions taken for any necessary contact with this patient to limit the chance of medical personnel becoming infected. The vaccination is essential for control and treatment of epidemic and pandemic caused by these emerging and re-emerging exotic and highly infectious viral etiologies. It can help immune system to create enough antibodies, and also it can help to decrease the risk of side effects like arm pain, fever, headache, etc. SARS-CoV research have been enforced to improve S protein-based vaccine to create long-term effective counterbalance antibodies and to boost up immunity against SARS-CoV. Live attenuated vaccines have been investigated for SARS in animal models. SARS-CoV-2. The improvements of a safe, secure and successful vaccine against SARS-CoV-2 for non-immune person and a very urgent necessity and play an important role in controlling of ongoing disease transmission. Further, the process in the development of vaccine and therapies against previous coronavirus have been helpful to certain extent. More research and testing are required for combating the novel coronavirus more effectively and efficiently. So we have found out the vaccine of SARS-CoV-2, that are the Covaxin, Covishield, and they are effective, not 100% effective, but 90% they are effective. Now, how to control the outbreak. So the controlling outbreak relies on containment measuring, including prompt detection of case through good surveillance network and including an early warning symptom system, isolation of suspected of probably cases, tracing to identify both the source of infection and the context of those who are sick and may be at a risk of controlling the virus, quarantining of suspected contacts for 10 days, exit screening for outgoing passengers from area with recent local transmission by asking questions, and temperature measurement and disinfection of aircraft and cruise vessels having SARS cases on board using WHO guidelines. Personal preventive measures to prevent spread of the virus include frequent hand washing using soap or alcohol based disinfectants. For those with a high risk of contracting the disease, such as healthcare workers, use of personal protective equipment, including a mask, goggles, and an apron, is mandatory. Wherever possible, household contacts should always wear a mask. So, the controlling outbreaks shows that the one should keep a social distance, then should keep a proper hygiene, should hand wash properly, should wear a mask, and should follow the WHO guidelines. Now, the ecological care with the help of traditional measures. If there occurs the infection of SARS-CoV and is not serious, then the patient can stay at home in a separate room with proper isolation with some traditional measures. The traditional measures are as follows. First, drink Kada decoction, which is made from tulsi, cinnamon, black pepper, sunti, and munakka once or twice a day. Second, steam inhalation with fresh pudina ajwain can be practiced once a day. Then, nasal application. Apply sesame oil or coconut oil or ghee in both the nostril, which is known as Pratimash Nashya in Ayurveda, in morning and evening. Ayurvedic medicines like Shamshamni Vati, Sudarshan Ganvati, Tribhuvan Kirti, Ashwagandha powder, Rasayan Churna, Chyawanprash, etc. can also be helpful. Then, drink golden milk, half teaspoon haldi in 150 ml hot milk at night. This should be avoided in case of indigestion. Do moderate physical exercise and yoga. So, this ecological care can be taken into consideration when the infection is not that serious and patient can stay at home and take care of. Now, research data. The first challenge for epidemiologists is to develop new surveillance and alert tools to detect in real time. Identified more than 300 journal articles covering epidemiological research into SARS outbreak. The research analyzes the descriptive epidemiological studies and investigate the distribution of SARS. Analytical epidemiological studies try to discover the cause of SARS. The median submission to acceptance and acceptance to publication intervals for SARS articles submitted during epidemic were 55 and 77.5 days respectively. Data collection. Search bibliographic database for all published articles on epidemiology. Presentation of entire literature identification selection process. To compare the publication timelines of academic research articles with that of public health information they access to. The Medline database with PubMed. The Science Citation Index expanded and Social Science Citation Index database. In case of SARS, morbidity and mortality, weekly report for the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Analytical techniques. Articles were classified into 4 large categories: investigation and surveillance, case management, prevention and control, psychological behavior. A detailed analysis includes study designs and information given by author on the statistical informatics and quality control method. Data collection grid was devised for each retained article, recording for study for type of design, the type and design for sample population, the software used for data management and statistical analysis, the quality assurance and quality control process described in their materials and methods. The collected data were coded in a relational database. So the research data shows that they have searched regarding the cause of SARS, its epidemiological aspect, its researches in several countries were carried out. Then its morbidity and mortality, its weekly report of Centers for Disease Control and its prevention were all carried out. So this is the research data. Thank you.